Once the day and time for your appointment has come, there are several steps to get into your appointment and also several things to be aware of to have a successful appointment. The first is to be prepared. The most important thing is to, of course, have a writing assignment that you know you want to work on. During the appointment, your tutor may ask you what assignment you got from your professor. I recommend having Canvas open so that you can grab the assignment directions and immediately copy and paste them into the chat. I also recommend having your email open in case you need to email directions that are in a PDF to your tutor. You also should have your paper prepared. Right now, I have my paper pulled up in Microsoft Word so that I can copy and paste it into the right area and let my tutor see it immediately. Okay, now that we're prepared for our session, let's actually access it. When it's about 10 a.m. on 5/22, you will click the link under Upcoming Appointments that highlights in orange. When you do, you'll see this screen. The button Open LiveDoc Session will let you access the chat log through which you will interact with your tutor. This is the screen that you'll see. You can see on the left is a chat area, and on the right is a blank area that we'll use for the essay. You'll interact with your tutor through the chat, and you'll look at the paper through the right area. So first things first, let's just say a message to let the tutor know that we're here. You type something into the box, and then you click send, and it shows up in the chat. There isn't a tutor right here, right now for this demonstration, but your tutor will respond to you through the chat log. You should also upload your paper. In order to do that, first, go back to your paper, and copy and paste the whole thing. You can do this by clicking and highlighting the entire paper and then doing Control-C, or by right-clicking and selecting Copy. Or you can click Control-A in order to select all the text in the document. Control-A. And then you can do the same thing. Either way, get all of the text of your essay and go back into the right area. Now, go to this button up here that says Right Area, Begin Editing, and click it. Once you've clicked it, you'll see that your screen will change. Now, you have controls at the top that look kind of like Microsoft Word. And down here, there's a box that you can put text into. The first thing you should do is paste your essay in. As you can see, the essay that I was working on has now shown up in here. Then, you must hit the Save button in order for your tutor to be able to see it. Anytime that someone is making changes to the right area, they have to hit Save once they're done, or else the other person won't be able to see the changes. So make sure to hit Save. Whenever you take control of the right area or hit Save, it will show up in the chat log, so that your tutor knows what you're doing. Once you've hit Save and displayed your paper, it's time for you and your tutor to talk about the paper. Your tutor will probably ask you some questions. They might ask you the types of things you want to work on, as well as the assignment and other sorts of stuff. You'll have an hour to talk through those issues, and your tutor will work with you to edit the paper and come up with suggestions and potential directions to improve it. As you talk with your tutor, you'll have to scroll through the chat. Sometimes, when the chat is full, it will not necessarily scroll down at the bottom here. So always make sure that you are going in and scrolling down using your mouse wheel in order to see the most recent messages. Let me just show you a quick example. So I'm just going to send a couple of messages here. As you can see, now there's this little navigation bar. Always make sure that you're scrolling down with the navigation bar so that you can see the most recent messages. When it's time to end your appointment after you've worked with your tutor, there's a couple of things you need to do. The first is you need to take your paper and return it to your original document. So during the course of the appointment, you will have made changes to your paper. Once that's done, you're going to have to copy and paste the document back into the original document. In this case, my paper didn't change, since this is just an example, but your paper will. I would also recommend grabbing and copy and pasting the entire chat log. Remember, you can do this by clicking inside and holding Control and hitting A to select everything, or you can just go in, click, and scroll. Once you've copied, I would recommend going into a new Word document and pasting the chat log. That way, anything that you and your tutor talked about, you'll be able to look at it again in the chat. The last thing to do once you've finished your appointment is to check out your lab slip. After your appointment is over, your tutor will write you a lab slip containing a summary of the appointment for you and for your professor. Generally, you should get proof of that lab slip and show it to your professor. Once your appointment has ended, and after a couple of minutes, your tutor should have put in the lab slip. In order to access it, first, exit the whiteboard session. And of course, make sure to say goodbye. Now you're back on this screen. Hit close. And then you should probably refresh. Now that it's refreshed, go back into the appointment by clicking on it. Once you're in here, you should see under Notes a description of what happened in your appointment. You can take a picture of this screen using your phone or using the print screen function on your computer if you know how to do that. You can also copy and paste the text from the notes into a Word document in order to save it for later. Either way, you can get that slip as a summary for you and as proof for your professor that you attended the Writing Center.